Breaking on 4 News now at 6, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students wants his indictment thrown out. Why the defense says the charging process was not legal.
Get ready for the return of 90-degree heat in your First Alert forecast. I'll let you know how warm it's going to be this weekend.
And a stolen Kia was used to break into a local dispensary. Why this specific make of car was used and how the company is addressing the issue. You're watching 4 News now at 6.
We start with breaking news out of Moscow. The attorney for the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students wants his indictment thrown out. Thanks for joining us. I'm Aaron Luna.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. The defense says the grand jury process was not legal and there isn't enough to charge their client with murder. Our Natalie Grant is here in studio with these late breaking developments in the case. Natalie?
Well, Kirsten, Aaron Kohberger's trial is supposed to start in just over 2 months now, but his attorneys filed a new motion saying the process to charge Kohberger was not legal under Idaho code. In 2 separate court filings, they cite irregularities with the grand jury process. In one motion, asking the judge to pause the proceedings, and in another, asking him to throw out the indictment altogether. Now, in Idaho, prosecutors can either use a preliminary hearing or a grand jury to determine if there's enough evidence to hold someone over for trial. In Kohberger's case, prosecutors impaneled a grand jury, but in a 23-page motion just made public late this afternoon, Kohberger's attorney criticized that process, saying the grand jury was not properly informed of the proof required for an indictment. They also say that there are irregularities with how the grand jury was seated, but did not elaborate on specifics. Now, if the judge does not dismiss this indictment, attorneys asked him to instead require that preliminary hearing. Prosecutors are making their own demands in this case, also filed today, a motion that would require the defense to specifically say where Kohberger says he was on the night of the murders. His attorneys last week said they planned to offer an alibi defense, but that the alibi would come out in the trial. The state says not so fast. They want the defense to disclose that alibi and any witnesses the defense would be calling to support it beforehand. A judge set a hearing on some of these matters for mid-August. Now, all of these documents are complicated and extensive, and you could read them all for yourself if you'd like. We have linked these motions in our top story right now on KXLY.com.
Natalie, thank you. Also breaking tonight, former President Donald Trump now faces 3 more charges in the investigation into his handling of classified documents after leaving office. He's been charged with an additional count of willful retention of national defense information, as well as 2 more counts of obstruction of justice. And one of those charges stems from a 2021 recording where Mr. Trump showed 2 biographers classified information about the plan of attack on Iran. Here is a recording from that meeting.
I just found, isn't that amazing? This totally wins my case, you know. Except it is like highly confidential, secret. This is secret information. But look at this. You attack, and
Hillary would print that out all the time, you know.
The former president is also accused of asking a staffer to delete security footage at his Mar-a-Lago estate in an effort to obstruct the investigation.
And take a look at this newly released surveillance footage from a cannabis shop in Otis Orchards. On Sunday, 3 people rammed a stolen car into the side of this dispensary and snatched armfuls of product off the shelves before running away, leaving a stolen Kia behind. Our Jordan Smith joins us from Apex Cannabis tonight. He walks us through the break-in and the significance of a Kia being used in this smash and grab.
Well, this is the wall that those suspects rammed that stolen Kia into about 15 times, triggering this alarm system. And they created enough space to just crawl into the store where they stole as much product off these shelves as they could in the 37 seconds they were here. Just before 4 a.m. on Sunday night, a stolen Kia was used as a battering ram to break into Apex Cannabis in Otis Orchards.
The alarm went off about a little bit before 4 a.m. and the licensee received a phone call from our security company that we had a break-in.
After the first blow to the building, the alarm system went off. Again and again, they tried to speed through the wall, significantly damaging the car with each attempt. You can see oil spewing from underneath, causing one suspect to slip on their way into the building. Once inside, they raided the shelves before taking off on foot leaving the Kia behind.
They're stealing Kias because they can easily steal them with, I think, a thumb drive is what the officer said. And it's been happening for quite a while, and they're stealing Kias, backing into businesses, and stealing product.
Both Kias and Hyundais have been primary targets for car prowlers during a surge of car thefts. Many models of both of these brands were built without an anti-theft immobilizer, a modern device that requires a key to be detected, otherwise the car won't start. Criminals caught on, many are able to steal these cars with USB cables. Both car companies have released a free software update for customers, which requires a key to be in the ignition for the car to start. Fortunately, because it took this trio so long to break into the store, King tells me they weren't able to walk away with much.
They took very little, our less expensive items, so it's quite comical. I wish we had audio, actually, to hear them, how frustrating it was to actually get in.
Otis Orchards tonight, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Well, it looks like temperatures are on the rise once again.
And if you're wondering how my weekend plans looking, will it be sticking around? Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker with your first alert forecast.
Well, we are going to have some changes right in the middle of the weekend, but in the short term, there is a warming trend in your forecast. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. Sunny skies, beautiful weather on Friday and Saturday. It is going to get a little bit breezy Saturday evening. That is a dry, cold front that's going to change things for Sunday, but not bring any rain. We are seeing no sign of rain in the 7-day forecast. There is a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity along the east slopes of the northern Cascades. However, that will taper off later this evening, and we will be dry overnight, and keeping a very close eye on those lightning strikes for any new fire starts. Temperatures right now are just about average. We're in the lower to mid 80s around the region. 84 in Spokane, 82 in Coeur d'Alene, 83 right now in Deer Park. Around the region, 90 degrees in Lewiston, only 74 in Winthrop, rain-cooled Winthrop, and it is 88 in Grand Coulee. Big difference there. Here's a look at your evening planner. Cooling down quickly. We'll be in the 60s by 11 o'clock. Overnight lows in the 50s. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast and some more details on what to expect this weekend. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. New at 6 o'clock, gun suicides in the U.S. have reached an all-time high. That's according to new data from the CDC. The study showing almost 26,000 people died by gun suicide last year. That's a 1.6% increase from 2021. According to Johns Hopkins University, rates have been steadily increasing since 2006.
There's a mental health crisis across the U.S. Recently, the Biden administration announced its plans to improve mental health coverage.
Whether you're in a red state, a blue state, it doesn't matter. Mental health can be life-changing and even life-saving.
Under the president's plan, insurance companies would need to add more mental health professionals to its network or reduce any red tape to get care. Officials expect the rule to be published in the Federal Register next week. It then enters a 60-day public comment period before taking effect.
A Spokane man accused of child rape and molestation in the 90s will be sentenced tomorrow morning. Mark Hoffmeister was involved in youth gymnastics decades ago. And according to court documents, 3 people came forward with allegations in 2019 that he sexually abused them when they were kids. Hoffmeister eventually took a plea deal, agreeing to plead guilty to 1 charge of indecent liberties. When sentenced tomorrow, he faces up to 10 years in prison, a $20,000 fine, and must register as a sex offender.
This Sunday, the Sam Martinez Stop Hazing Law went into action. The law increases penalties for the most serious types of hazing from a misdemeanor to a felony.
With summer fraternity recruitment happening right now and fall recruitment starting next month, this law is more timely than ever. Sam Martinez died on the morning of November 12th, 2019 from acute alcohol poisoning after attending a night of hazing at his fraternity. Sam was a freshman at WSU and a member of the Alpha Tau Omega fraternity. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez joins us in studio now with his mother's message.
Since Sam Martinez's death, his family has pushed lawmakers to strengthen hazing laws. Washington is now the 15th state to make hazing a felony under the new Sam Martinez Stop Hazing Law.
It's a testament to Sam and Sam's story and a legacy that we hope will continue to save young lives across our state. But we miss Sam every day.
Sam's mom, Jolene, says she especially thinks about Sam during summers as kids prepare to go back to school, finding their way on new campuses and creating new friend groups.
Those were all things that Sam was doing, and it's a vulnerable time for young people.
Before starting his freshman year at WSU, Sam went through summer fraternity recruitment, joining Alpha Tau Omega.
And I think in Sam's case, if we had known and if he had been able to have some more time to compare them, he would have learned that the fraternity that he pledged was not a good fraternity. It was, it had a very long track record of disciplinary issues and hazing.
Through Jolene's advocacy, she emphasizes the importance of parents and children having conversations about the organizations they choose to devote their time to.
Helping students understand that they are worthy and they should not have to suffer humiliation or injury or harm in order to join a group and become friends on campus.
Sam's family has received an outpour of support throughout the state as they advocate for stronger hazing laws, having 2 hazing laws currently in effect, both named after Sam.
I'm hoping that we're in a good place now to start reinforcing that message with students, with the Greek system, and I pray we'll never see another hazing death in our state.
Sam's family is currently working on a website called hazinginfo.org, creating a single place where people can access all reported hazing incidents. Their goal is to create more transparency and help families. The website could launch as soon as this fall. Reporting in studio, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Allison, thank you. Still ahead, the operating contract for the largest homeless shelter in Spokane is set to expire. The changes both the city and residents want to see in the track shelter.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
Save your dreams!
Shop local at the Tin Roof.
We're camping out with the best deals in town from Finley. We have a great selection of new and certified used vehicles to choose from. Plus, every used vehicle sold comes with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty at Finley Downtown Toyota.
They were at home near Sandpoint when George's wife Sue found him unresponsive and started CPR. Within minutes, he was airlifted to Kootenai Health because George was having a STEMI, the most serious type of heart attack. Fortunately, Kootenai Health is a level 1 STEMI center with state-of-the-art cardiac care. So, just 90 minutes after his heart attack, George woke up with a healed heart and a very happy wife.
Are you ready to step into the future of transportation? At Bill's Heating and AC, we're here to power your journey with convenient electric vehicle charging solutions. Take advantage of incredible tax credits and incentives available right now for EV charger installations. Our expert team can install chargers compatible with most makes or models of electric vehicles. Contact us now to learn more about our EV charger installations. Together, let's drive towards a cleaner and greener world.
Dance the night away with the Fabba Show at the Fox Theater this Friday, July 28th. Enjoy the high-energy, fun music you love from 70s pop sensation ABBA. Tickets at foxtheaterspokane.org or 509-624-1200.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT Turbo Max pickups, or get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Shop local at the Tin Roof.
More than 2,000 people are unsheltered in the city of Spokane. There are currently 11 shelters with more than 1,000 shelter beds in the city. With primary elections less than a week away, the homelessness crisis is a big topic of debate.
The Trent Resource and Assistance Center, known as TRAC, will be a political talking point in this election. We went straight to the source, unhoused people. Let's send it over to our Marissa Rio, who heard from people today and found out what they say they need.
The TRAC shelter was brought up quite a bit in last night's mayoral debate. The city is currently looking for a new operator. The current operator is the Salvation Army, but that contract is set to expire this October. The city said they are looking to rework a contract with a cost that's better fit for everyone involved. Shelters are meant to not only house people, but they are also a resource to help people escape homelessness. A spokesman for the city said TRAC does have programs to help people do that. A woman staying at the shelter said there's more that's needed inside.
This is turned into a drug hotel. The bathrooms are filthy. I can't go out front because they haven't even moved that water tank. It's a nightmare.
A spokesman for the Spokane Homeless Coalition, who has also experienced homelessness himself, said that shelters need to speak with the residents more and really listen.
The shelters need to be doing better assessments of the needs of their residents to find out what put you here in the first place, how do the wheels come off the wagon, and what's it going to take to get you out of here and into some form of stable housing.
The city said TRAC does have resources available to help residents find stable housing.
It's not a destination, it's a point in time on a journey. So that's why the connectivity to services to date, so the first half of the year, Revive, who operates the services side of things, has transitioned 37 people into permanent housing.
Julia said TRAC employees do the best that they can, but there are drug issues.
But there's a big drug problem. You can't walk in that backyard without walking through methane or fentanyl. My dog got fentanyl. That wasn't funny. He's okay. The staff is doing everything they can, but the volunteers are coming. They just come in, oh, they're out of here.
Coddington said that for the new contract, the city is looking for additional efficiencies and operational needs. The city also wants to rework a contract that works for everyone involved.
It's a very expensive proposition right now. There's a lot of people staying there, and which costs a lot of money for food and for laundry and for other services. And so trying to evaluate it so that we provide the best and most thorough and complete service that we can to the individuals that are staying there, but also at a cost that makes sense for both the provider and the city to be able to accommodate the needs of everybody involved.
Any organization interested in operating TRAC has until August 18th to apply. While standing here, a man staying at the shelter said he loves staying here, so everyone's perspective is different. The city is looking for a seamless transition, so talks about extending the contract till the end of the year is being considered. Reporting in Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Here's a look at your camping forecast. We are headed to Deer Lake this weekend in Stephens County. It's going to be hot, but you've got the lake right there. 92 degrees on Saturday, 87 degrees on Sunday. Will be breezy at times and a lot of sunshine. Take your sunscreen. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Adams Tractor.
And now a joke from Yolk's Fresh Market.
Why is a hamburger so lucky? Because it's on a roll.
It's time to seize your summer in a new Toyota from Finley. Whether you're camping out in a new RAV4 or pulling a boat with a Toyota Tundra truck, nothing says summer better than a new Toyota. Finley Toyota's downtown.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa. Friday through Sunday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. 2 locations, Spokane and Pasco. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center and Hapo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
The race is on to save thousands
thousands during the 72-hour closeout event at Cal, where they are marking down rigs to sell fast and delaying all payments until October 1st. Plus, special financing brought in just for this event. Today through this Sunday at Cal.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
As state senator, Lisa Brown increased taxes by $2 billion while raising her own pay. Under her watch, homelessness rose by 25,000. Now she's backed by the Defund the Police crowd. Lisa's soft on crime, hard on taxpayers.
I pledge to increase police presence and tackle homelessness, and we have. Our Violent Crimes Task Force has lowered crime rates, and we're compassionately addressing homelessness. We're exceptional, Spokane. I'll keep it that way. I'm Nadine Woodward, and I approve this message.
At Yolks, we believe in giving 100% in everything we do, whether that's always offering the freshest products at a fair price or remaining committed to being a local, 100% employee-owned store.
Seasonable conditions today. We were at 86. 87 is our average high and pretty close to average this morning at 57 degrees. It has been as hot as 106 on this day. No sign of triple digits in the 7-day forecast, although we are going to have some above average temperatures. Sunset these days is at 8:31. Getting earlier. Here's our live conditions right now. Pretty sky over Spokane right now. Few alto cumulus clouds. Should be a beautiful sunset. 84 degrees, 84 in Coeur d'Alene with sunny skies. An overnight low tonight down in the mid-50s. We cool down so nicely with the clear skies, the light winds, the very dry air. That is one key difference between this area and the south, where any place you have humidity. Moisture in the air makes it so it doesn't cool down as nicely at night, and it also doesn't get as hot during the afternoon in terms of the temperature. The heat index is another story. That's something we don't have to worry about. 89 degrees tomorrow. Sunny, a little bit warmer. In fact, a couple of degrees above average. Here's what's going on. Area of low pressure working its way down the coast. Here's Friday. That puts us in a southwesterly flow. As that sinks down, we have high pressure to our south. Those two dissimilar air masses coming together. And as this area of low pressure gets closer on Saturday, it's going to send a dry cold front our way. That's going to drop our temperatures just a little bit for Sunday. Here's how much. Not a lot of variety here. We're up to 92 on Saturday and then back down to 86 Sunday and Monday before we kick off another warming trend next week. Overnight lows tonight will be in the 50s and 60s in most locations, 47 in Colville. Highs tomorrow in the 80s and 90s, 99 tomorrow in Lewiston, 91 in Moses Lake, and 93 in Omak and Grand Coulee. We'll be at 92 in Spokane. Breezy conditions Saturday and Sunday. It doesn't look especially windy, but we're looking at wind gusts in the 15 to 20 mile per hour range over the weekend at times. And with our fire danger so critical right now, any kind of breeze could cause a fire start to spread rapidly. So we will be watching that closely. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. If you plan to beat the heat with a trip to the water park, you may have to wait a little longer. The latest delay in the Splashdown opening coming up on 4 News Now.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
My parents started their first dealership in Coeur d'Alene in 1983. They took pride in being locally owned and work hard to help this great community we call home.
Now, 3 generations later, we're still proud to be one of the last locally owned Subaru dealerships, and we're working harder than ever to give back to the community that has supported us all these years.
Because we're looking forward to being your local family Subaru dealer for generations to come.
There's working you. And then there's chill you. Chill you is more carefree and curious, more present, more relaxed, more fun. Chill you is the best you. There you are. Bring back your chill you with an escape to Coeur d'Alene. the city by the lake. Find countless ways to play and stay in CDA at visitcda.org.
The clock is ticking, and the final 43 hours of Walker's Furniture's 43rd anniversary sale is here. This is your final opportunity to get the biggest store-wide savings of the season. 19 to 80% off. Top quality furniture for every room in your home. Or leave your checkbook at home and take advantage of special 5 years financing with no money down. So you can get that furniture you've always wanted today and pay for it later during the final 43 hours of Walker's anniversary sale.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and the Accord, both with available hybrid powertrains, designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Global Credit Union got its start right here at Fairchild Air Force Base and now has branches worldwide. We're proud to honor our military members by wearing red on Fridays.
Red stands for Remember Everyone Deployed, and 4 News Now is joining Global by inviting you to wear red on Fridays too.
Show your support for the men and women of our armed forces. Tell them and their families thank you for your service and for protecting our future.
Stop by any Global branch and pick up a red pin.
And then remember to wear red every Friday from now until September 11th.
4 News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Toyota.
Right now in the inland Northwest, it's peak fire season.
And some areas in Spokane have a greater risk for wildfire than others. Tonight at 6, Bronte Saratsky shares why the Indian Canyon Golf Course is getting special treatment to cut back on fire risk.
If a fire were to break out here at the Indian Canyon Golf Course, those embers could reach across the city, creating major fire danger. It's why the Spokane Fire Department has been thinning out these trees to reduce a catastrophic fire season here in Spokane.
Light the house on fire, house burns down.
And that could be like...
The fire could be a mile away.
It's peak fire season in the Northwest, and fire officials are preparing for fires, not if they happen, but when. Part of that preparation includes fuels reduction, thinning out trees here at the Indian Canyon Golf Course to reduce wildfire risk throughout the entire city. The reason it's happening at Indian Canyon, a fire that starts here can wreak havoc throughout the city.
What would happen if there was catastrophic wildfire on the West Plains? You could push embers into the city, which then could ignite structures.
I was able to tour the area with the Spokane Fire Department's wildland resource planner, Nick Jeffries, who showed me what this looks like firsthand.
I think the biggest thing that really stands out in my mind is that ember showers burn more houses than flaming fronts.
And thanks to a $1.5 million grant the fire department just received from the Community Wildfires Defense, which will be allocated for the next 5 years, this program can continue, keeping homes and businesses safe.
It's protecting the whole community as a whole. It's reducing the risk. It's increasing forest health. And it's making those fires manageable when they do come.
And while the Spokane Fire Department has been working hard this fire season, they ask that you do your part too and not burn while any burn bans are in place. Reporting in Spokane, Bronte Saratsky, 4 News Now.
Around the nation tonight, inside a Michigan courtroom, the fate of the Oxford high school shooter Ethan Crumley is being decided.
In Michigan, there's no death penalty, so an Oakland County judge will ultimately decide if the confessed school shooter should serve the rest of his life in prison.
The 17-year-old pleaded guilty to 4 counts of first-degree murder and 20 other charges related to the 2021 mass shooting. Crumley would be sentenced to prison without parole if he was an adult. His defense team argues for the possibility of rehabilitation. They say Crumley is not irreparably corrupt and should have the option of parole. Prosecutors arguing Crumley's premeditated crime does not warrant parole, referencing the pain inflicted on the victims' families.
Parents who lost their children that day, and those that are here with scars and bullet holes in their bodies. Your Honor, there is only one way to do that.
Victim impact statements are also expected to help the prosecution make its case on why Crumley should have no chance of a possible release. This hearing could extend into next week. 4 News Now will be right back.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Looking for a superior truck or SUV? Start right here with a GMC lineup. Each GMC has been designed for power and comfort, with safety features that come standard. The terrain has plenty of room for everyone and everything. Got toys? Maneuver them with ease and confidence with the Sierra and its class-leading trailer assistance technology. Test drive your GMC today at Becker Buick GMC, where you'll always be treated like family.
On Good Morning America's Summer Concert Series, sponsored by Revlon Hair Tools.
Save thousands on the new Revolutionary Swim Spa at a one-time sale. Friday through Sunday. 2 locations, Spokane and Pasco. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation in 1 day only. New 2023 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center and Hapo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
The summer has finally arrived, and that means barbecues on the back deck. And nobody knows decking better than the decking pros at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop for wood.
Choose from the best selection of PVC, composite, and solid wood decking, with lots of color choice options, including railings. And don't forget free local delivery, so you can have a beautiful deck for summer.
Windsor Plywood.
The race is on to save thousands during the 72-hour closeout event at Cal, where they are marking down rigs to sell fast and delaying all payments until October 1st. Plus, special financing brought in just for this event. Today through this Sunday at Cal.
Next ET, the latest on Madonna's health as the Material Girl reflects on a major milestone.
I'm at the beginning of a very fruitful career.
Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30. 4 News Now anchor team, not just in the newsroom, but in the community. We're doing the work, listening to you, asking questions, and getting the answers you need to help keep your family safe. It's what we mean when we say, expect more on 4 News Now. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
This week marked the 33rd anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, being signed into law.
Well, this law prohibits discrimination against people with disabilities and requires employers to provide reasonable accommodation to their employees with disabilities.
And this weekend, you can celebrate this anniversary and show your support for Spokane's disabled community. 4 News Now's Natalie Grant shares what you can expect at Disability Pride.
On Saturday, this portion of Riverfront Park will be filled with vendors, live music, and resources specifically targeted towards Spokane's disabled community. The event is called Building Bridges and hopes to celebrate the many cultures that intersect with disability. July is Disability Awareness Month, commemorating the passing of the Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA. And this weekend's Disability Pride event in Spokane is meant to celebrate.
It's having pride in who you are. Disability is a part of it. It's not in spite of, but it's just that. It's part of me. I have pride in who I am.
On Saturday, there will be vendors, resources, and live entertainment lining Riverfront Park, hoping to bring together community and educate about the ways that ADA can offer support.
Without being a big group, you don't get heard. And that's how the ADA got passed, was all the advocacy that happened between 1970 and 1990. It was just groups getting together that had disabilities and fighting for their rights.
Arias Franklin, who is a local disability advocate, hopes that this event shows people with disabilities that there are resources out there to support them with things like finding accessible housing and gaining their independence.
It's more about that peer support piece and just knowing that people with disabilities have some support there when they need it.
When it comes to accessibility in Spokane, Franklin says there are still ways the city can improve.
The sidewalks, the construction and the lack of accessibility in the summertime, the way the city handles snow removal in the wintertime, there's still some room to grow.
But until then, this weekend will be a time to gather and have pride.
You want to live in a space where it's inclusive for everyone?
Now, this Pride event starts at 11 a.m. and runs until 3 p.m. here at Riverfront Park, and anyone is available to attend. Reporting in Spokane, Natalie Grant, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Natalie. Beautiful weather to be out in Riverfront Park, either for the event or maybe right now. Temperatures dropping quickly. It's going to be a beautiful evening. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. We do have a warming trend. We're going to be a little above average for the next couple of days. Sunny skies, breezy conditions this weekend. We have a dry, cold front coming through. Any kind of wind, we sort of keep our fingers crossed that there are no fire starts because that just spreads them so quickly. No sign of rain in the 7-day forecast. However, I'm seeing some interesting things developing in the extended outlook, which I'll talk about in just a few minutes. In the short term, it's going to be a lovely night tonight with temperatures down in the 40s and 50s. Well, 49 in Deer Park, 50 in Spirit Lake. We'll be in the mid-50s around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. That should cool the house down nicely before we warm up into the lower 90s in many locations tomorrow, including 9 Mile and Meade, 91 in Spokane Valley, and 92 in downtown. We'll be in the 80s elsewhere around the region, including out at the airport. 87 is our average high, so we're in the ballpark with mostly sunny skies and generally light winds for Friday. I'll be back to tell you about that dry, cold front and the curious developments in the 8 to 14-day forecast. You won't want to miss that in just a few minutes. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. Well, some bad news for anyone looking to beat the heat tomorrow. Splashdown Family Water Park in Spokane Valley has hit yet another snag and is delaying its reopening once again. The aquatic park has been closed for 3 years. It was supposed to open last month, but there have been a series of maintenance issues. This week, there was a water pump problem. Now, park staff is waiting on parts to be overnighted after a turbine snapped in half when they fired up the system. Splashdown's owner now hopes to be open by Saturday, a day with highs in the mid-90s.
After nearly 2 weeks of detours, Freya Street on the South Hill is reopened. It was closed from 12th Avenue through 17th because of a water main break that caused a sinkhole. Then the city found several more breaks once construction started.
Well, one traffic detour has come to an end. 2 other construction projects are starting next week. So starting Monday, TJ Minot Bridge will be closed as part of the city's stormwater management plan. This will mean some major detours because that's the only bridge that connects Government Way to Northwest Boulevard. Drivers are being asked to use Maple Street Bridge to cross the river. The bridge is set to reopen August 4th. The other one is Upriver Drive, which also starts Monday. Detours will be in place between Ralph to Carlisle while crews relocate a sewer line. Construction is expected to last 2 weeks.
Riding in the car is the most dangerous activity kids do daily, according to Providence Sacred Heart Medical Center. You have a chance to have experts check the safety of your child's car seats and boosters. Safe Kids Spokane will have a car seat checkup event Saturday. It'll happen at Spokane Valley Fire Station 3 on East Country Vista Drive from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Technicians will be ready to evaluate your car seats and ensure they're installed correctly and that they fit your child.
Approximately 30, on average, we have about 30 injuries per year of children in motor vehicle collisions. So that's why it's so important to us, and to make sure that those children are in the back seats where they need to be, the safest place for them to be.
There will also be a limited supply of car seats and booster seats if there's a problem with yours. It's also important to keep in mind to always purchase a car seat with all the parts included, the instruction manual, and registration card. If you're buying it from someone else, always buy from someone you trust. You want to make sure the car seat hasn't been in a crash.
If you are a veteran or you know anyone who served in military, there's an important deadline coming up. The Department of Veterans Affairs wants you to mark August 9th on your calendar to apply for the PACT Act benefits. It says these benefits could be extra money in your pocket if you've been exposed to burn pits, Agent Orange, or other toxic substances. New at 6:30, our Peter Troy explains why the VA says veterans need to apply now.
Yeah, I met 2 Vietnam War veterans today who shared their tragic experiences with Agent Orange exposure. They tell me the PACT Act benefits could be life-saving, and they want other young veterans to be ready for any potential health risks.
I was in Vietnam from November of '66 to June of '68.
Served during the war, Wes Anderson's patriotism rings loud and proud. just like his ringtone. Years of fighting for the country came with sacrifice from being exposed to a toxic chemical like Agent Orange.
We were spraying Agent Orange daily. I mean daily. We had planes when I was at Quang Tri. We had planes flying overhead spraying Agent Orange all over. We were walking in the jungles where this Agent Orange was sprayed.
The exposure was burn pits, any type of toxic exposure. We want veterans to be aware of the fact that under the PACT Act, there are new benefits that are available.
Asking those who serve in a combat zone like Vietnam or the Gulf War to apply now.
You can explicitly state that I have this condition. Let's say it's rhinitis, just as an example, and I have this condition, and I was in the Gulf War, and we'll make that, we'll adjudicate the claim, and we'll understand that presumption exists, and we'll be able to make that connection.
Because veterans say this benefit could be life-saving.
It's giving those veterans who can apply for benefits that couldn't be for the PACT Act because those conditions did not exist on the previous law.
You can pass it on to your children easy.
Gotcha. So it's a good that they're doing this.
It's a damn good thing they're doing this.
The VA says the clock is ticking to get applications in.
While there's no deadline to file for the PACT Act, a veteran who files a claim by August 9th, 2023 can get their benefits backdated all the way to when the law was signed, August 10th, 2022.
They may be fine now, but in the future, something could happen.
If you don't have all of your documented evidence to file, the VA says you can submit an intentive file as a placeholder, then file later. Veterans are asked to contact the VA both online or phone calls, or visit a local Veterans Service Center for assistance. You can find more information on our website, kxly.com. Live in studio tonight, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Peter, thank you. Some of the greatest athletes in the world have made their way to the Inland Northwest for the annual Showcase Golf Tournament. We hear from the celebrities who are playing for a good cause. Coming up in sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
ABC News, honored for excellence with 41 Emmy nominations, the most of any news organization anywhere. Thank you for making ABC News America's #1 news.
Competition is getting hot.
Tonight, Generation Gap has juniors and seniors breaking a sweat.
Give us the first name of this famous Simmons. Simmons frizzy hair.
Kelly Ripa hosts Generation Gap tonight on ABC.
It's time to make memories that will last for generations.
Wendell Ford has perfect rides for your summer adventures. Need a rugged companion for that camping trip? We've got the Explorer. Taking the boat out to the lake? Our F-150s are ready for the job. And for a limited time, Wendell Ford has flexible financing options and affordable payment plans.
But hurry, while memories will last forever, these deals will be gone soon.
Visit Wendell Ford at the Y on North Division and drive for generations.
Water is an essential part of our everyday lives. It's important that Spokane acts wisely to preserve our precious water resources and not waste money on evaporation and the need for supplemental water infrastructure due to a burdened aquifer. Please avoid watering your lawn between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and limit watering to under 2 hours a day, 3 days a week. If we all do our part, we'll keep our river flowing strong, even in times of drought.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning.
Things are so awesome since my family got a rewards earning Kasasa checking account from Canopy Credit Union. We have a cashback account that pays us back 4% on up to $300 worth of debit card purchases. That's up to $12 deposited into our account every month. You know what that means? More toys, more playtime, more fun. Woohoo! Canopy is putting treats back in the budget. Learn more at canopycu.com. Limits and conditions apply.
While much of the rest of the country is talking about record heat, we are enjoying seasonable conditions. 86 degrees today, 87 is our average high. We started the day off at 57. Our record for today is 106. Pass on that. We do have some above average temperatures in the 7-day forecast, just slightly above Friday and Saturday, 92. Then we're going to dip down right about average, 86 for Sunday and Monday as a dry cold front comes through Saturday into Sunday. And then we start warming back up again into the mid 90s on Wednesday and Thursday. And that's where our long range computer models start to vary a little bit. There are times where it looks like we would be flirting with the triple digits, and that has not completely been eliminated from possibility. As we take a look at our August 4th through August 10th forecast, our temperature trend is in the lighter oranges, so at least hints toward above average temperatures, but no indication that we'll be in any kind of extreme heat scenario, especially when you take a look at our outlook for precipitation. Now, this long-range outlook has been promising above-average precipitation for quite some time now and it has not delivered. But boy, the signal is getting stronger and stronger that we're going to get some sort of upper-level trough over parts of the western United States that will keep us with some showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. So stay tuned. It would be amazing if this did pan out because we are running so far behind on precipitation, and this graphic caught the eyes of more than one viewer on our year-to-date total. We are sitting at 666. If nothing else other than to change this number, it'd be nice to get some precipitation. But as you can see, we are running well below average. We are already slipping back into a drought scenario across the region. So fingers crossed that that long-range forecast does pan out. But right now it is very shaky. Slight chance, 10% chance of a little bit of light precipitation Saturday into Sunday. Odds are very much against that. That's that dry cold front coming through. We can always get a little bit of convection out of that, but more likely dry and breezy through the weekend and then hot and dry next week. Kirsten?
And Chris, like you mentioned, right now around 45% of the U.S. population's under heat alerts. So the extreme heat is really impacting a lot of people around the country. CNN's Mike Valerio has the latest about how the heat wave is threatening the nation's largest power grid.
Access to cooling is a matter of life and death.
Life-threatening heat now striking the Northeast.
New York City is now under an excessive heat warning.
In Northeast states where many places aren't built to beat extreme temperatures, the heat index is forecast to reach over 100 degrees, triggering emergencies in multiple states.
Heat kills more New Yorkers every year than any other kind of extreme weather event.
The number one weather-related killer is heat. 600 people die annually from its effects.
Blistering temperatures triggering an emergency for the nation's largest power grid, which supplies power to more than 65 million people across the Northeast and Midwest. The company, PJM, saying on its website, quote, a dedicated team of operators uses sophisticated technology to balance supply and demand and direct the power grid 24/7 from PJM's control rooms. In Arizona,
oh my God, this is hell on earth, I guess. You know, it's just that hot. And this is probably the worst July we ever had.
25 people have now died from sweltering heat in Maricopa County. The Wildlife Center in Phoenix says lines have formed outside the intake windows as people come across animals falling victim to the city's record-breaking temperature streak. Farm animals are also suffering in the heat alongside humans.
I don't want to eat quite as much, just like, any of us, just not feeling quite as much energy.
I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
The Small Business Association of Spokane celebrated a big milestone today, 70 years helping local business owners and entrepreneurs thrive. The SBA says its members and partners worked hard during the COVID shutdown to help struggling and new small business owners stay afloat. Without their expertise and experience, more businesses may have went under in Spokane. SBA leaders say running a small business is hard work, but having the backing of members can help entrepreneurs.
What we've got going here in the Inland Northwest, particularly based on my experience, is an incredible entrepreneurial ecosystem of small business advisors, financiers, every piece and part. The educators that we have in this area are all very focused on entrepreneurship.
According to SBA, 2 out of every 3 new jobs are created by small businesses. The Spokane Small Business Association holds online workshops regularly to help small business owners. To learn more about the SBA in Spokane, visit our website. Find this story, KXLY.com.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Set summer in motion with the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet, like the Pilot and Passport Trail Sport and the Ridgeline, built for better off-road performance and engineered for more adventure. This summer, create your own adventures with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Global Credit Union got its start right here at Fairchild Air Force Base and now has branches worldwide. We're proud to honor our military members by wearing red on Fridays.
Red stands for Remember Everyone Deployed, and 4 News Now is joining Global by inviting you to wear red on Fridays too.
Show your support for the men and women of our armed forces. Tell them and their families thank you for your service and for protecting our future.
Stop by any Global branch and pick up a red pin.
And then remember to wear red every Friday from now until September 11th.
Appliance Recycling and Wholesale has reliable, attractive, and affordable home appliances. Huge selections of brands and models fully refurbished. If you're on a fixed income, have a student headed to college, manage properties or rentals, then you will want to visit Appliance Recycling and Wholesale. Their reconditioned appliances are not only lower cost, but also environmentally friendly. They constantly strive to incorporate green practices in all their operations. Appliance Recycling and Wholesale, serving Spokane for over 2 decades on Sprague, just west of Freya.
If you have plans, change them. The factory-supported Summer RV Show is going on now at the Spokane Fairgrounds. We've brought in hundreds of RVs from every R&R location for our biggest show of the year. Right now at the Spokane Fairgrounds, find huge savings up to 50% off MSRP on hundreds of RVs. All the nation's #1 brands represented. Save more on bargain lot and one-off units. Sale prices clearly posted. Free parking, free admission. The Summer RV Show today through Sunday at the Spokane Fairgrounds.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa. Friday through Sunday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. 2 locations, Spokane and Pasco. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center and Hapo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
Is it your day to water? Know if you are odd or even and be water wise this summer.
Well, Coeur d'Alene will turn into a sports fan's paradise this weekend. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minenso. Some of the biggest names in sports will be playing at the annual Showcase Golf Tournament at the Coeur d'Alene Resort Golf Course on Saturday. A few of the celebs have already made their way into town, and they immediately hit the range to get some practice shots in before the fun begins this weekend. The tournament supports the Community Cancer Fund, raising over $28 million for the fight against cancer since 2014. Celebrities are excited to return to the Inland Northwest to play for a good cause.
Been to a lot of things in Boston and have had a lot of teammates that do things, but you know, this is pretty special, the way that the community gets together and you know, gives back like this.
I can't imagine anyone having a child, grandchild, brother, sister, son, daughter that went through cancer. And I mean, I had a dad that passed away from cancer a long time ago, and I know how awful that was. So raising money for kids that get any type of cancer, I mean, like I said, you can never go wrong with it, and everyone is going to support it.
The tournament tees off at 8 a.m. on Saturday. And here are some of the notable celebrities playing in this year's showcase. Liberty Lake native and Stanley Cup champion Tyler Johnson will be there. NHL legend Wayne Gretzky will be there as well, as will NFL greats Marcus Allen, Larry Fitzgerald, Tim Tim Brown and Jerome Bettis. There will be more than 40 celebrities playing in the tournament this year. The Gonzaga men's basketball team will also be signing autographs in the fan zone on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. There's already a very different vibe to Seattle Seahawks training camp. If last year was a test to see how the team could do without a set quarterback, they passed. Geno Smith surprisingly played his way to a Pro Bowl. The question this year is if Smith could do it again. The organization has a lot of belief in Smith, signing him to a 3-year, $105 million contract this offseason. Smith proved a lot of people wrong after leading the Seahawks to the playoffs in the franchise's first season without longtime quarterback Russell Wilson. Smith also earned the Comeback Player of the Year award. When asked about the potential of this year's team, Smith said he doesn't like the word potential. It's all about proving it on the field.
Nothing we did last year is going to be able to help us this year, except for the confidence. And so we know we can do great things, but, you know, they're going to go out there and try and stop us, and we got to go out and prove that we can score points. And so that's my job as the quarterback and as the leader of this team to make sure that we're focused, and I believe that's where we're at.
Seahawks training camp ends on August 16th. College football training camp begins next week. Idaho starts on Monday. Washington State kicks off Wednesday. Eastern Washington opens up fall camp on Thursday, and we'll be there for all 3 of the openings of training camp for all those teams there. That will wrap us up for sports. We'll be right back.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
This is your summer to smile, to raise your glass and reconnect, to reel in the fun and savor every bite. To help you get ready, your Aspen Dental team is celebrating 25 years of affordable care with an epic Summer of Smiles event. Don't miss enjoying a moment with our on-site labs to help you fast and 20% off your denture care. So whether you need a new look or a quick fix, you can celebrate with a smile all season, always at Aspen Dental. Book today.
Summer has arrived, and that means barbecues on the back deck. And nobody has a better selection of decking than the decking pros at Windsor Plywood. Whatever you need, Windsor has it, including great railing options.
Windsor Plywood.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more,
And of course you can't become.
and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT Turbo Max pickups, or get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
People who come to the Inland Northwest rave about its beauty.
For those of us who live and work here, we couldn't agree more. From its iconic history
To a ton of new beginnings.
We have farm-to-table roots and access to nature right out our back door.
And as a community member, BECU wants to honor those who work together to make life better for our region.
Come out and enjoy top female athletes competing for the LPGA Tour. BECU, proud sponsor of the Epson Tour at Circling Raven Golf Course this August.
This could be you. Just chilling, staying cool this summer. Join us for jackpots, food, and fun at Missisquoi Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games to earn your entries to win a share of $13,000 cool cash, paddle boards, kayaks, and air conditioners. Missisquoi Casino Hotel, keeping it cool. Drawings start at 5 p.m. Saturday, July 29th. Learn more at Missisquoi.com.
Bear attack. Next Inside Edition. He was jogging on a trail when the bear attacked out of nowhere.
He takes a claw and rakes it across my face and chest.
Look, you can see the claw marks. How a plastic surgeon saved his face. Then, what was it like to work for the Gilgo Beach serial killer suspect? Imagine having this guy as your boss. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
80s and 90s and sunshine in the 7-day forecast. Must be summer in the Inland Northwest. Breezy conditions Saturday and Sunday. Something firefighters are going to keep a close eye on.
That is a nice forecast.
I can't help but think
I like the heat.
people are probably going to want to come visit us.
Yes.
It's the best time of year.